right formation here? Do you want us on the flanks?
Where do you want to be?
Well, are you both asking questions?
Yeah.
We're probably better off to the side then, aren't we?
Yeah, can do.
That's his production as well.
No, Cal, not there. Here.
So before we start, a big thank you to Andrews Building Services for sponsoring this video. Andrews Building Services is a local builders in Salisbury, so check him out. We'll put a link in the description and you can have a look at what he does and book him in. Brian, Callum, thanks for joining us. Smashing win at the weekend. I just want to say on behalf of everyone, I think there's not been a better football match we've seen here or in general, so thank you for that feeling. Have you caught your breaths back yet?
As we were saying actually, Tob, trying to think of a game similar to that since our tenure started. There's been a lot of last minute goals and last minute winners, but in terms of the ebb and flow and the high scoring nature of the game, I think Poole Town probably.
That was away, wasn't it?
Well, how did the scoring go in the Poole Town one? They went 3-1 up, did they?
3-1 up at half time, wasn't it? And then
Noel got a couple that day, did he? Was it hat-trick?
When was that?
That was
away
the
at Poole
season
Town.
we
was
went
the
up.
promotion
We went up.
season.
Oh, of course.
Tubbsley
Yeah.
was the gaffer at Poole, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Was it 3-1 they were up at half time?
Yeah, and I think I don't know if it was correct. I think it went 3-2, 4-2, and then 5-4 us, and then they missed a pen last kick of the game to make it 5-all. So
Yeah.
it was
Totally Lee.
yeah. That's as close as they come really to score line, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that was probably better.
Oh,
I've seen you both had a bit of pace in your turn running down the
I think
sideline.
I
I haven't
did.
seen you
I
run
did.
like that since you were playing, Dave.
oh, jeez. Yeah.
You should still be playing, really.
I was worried about pulling the hamstring or something, like getting injured along the run. But I mean, it was quite icy, wasn't it, down where we were? So
Yeah, could have ended up looking a right tit.
I think it's like an out of body experience. You're just in that moment, It's
And we'd gone early actually. Worthing elite team. 93rd minute we scored the winner.
Yeah.
4 minutes still to go, and the panickety
Yeah.
fourth official. We could have gone very early there.
Yeah, but you just can't hold the emotion back in that situation.
I think,
It's
yeah,
hard
if
to.
you
We
don't-
said that, didn't we? We were like, when the home dugout was always this side, and we changed it to that side because you want that connection with the fans.
Yeah.
Like them moments. That's what
Definitely.
sticks with you as a manager anyway for a long time. And just an example of like how important it is to have that connection and them moments.
You've got to enjoy them moments. You know what I mean? It's that's what you're in it for, aren't you? Really?
Oh, yeah.
For moments like that, and seeing the kids celebrate with their mums and dads, nan and granddads afterwards with smiles on their faces, it was a great feeling.
I thought it was a blessing in disguise that the police made us stay in the ground because it kept all of the fans together for the celebrations after.
No, well, listen, that one's for the fans. They've had some miserable times this season in terms of the transition, and they've had to endure a lot. So moments like that, that's what you do it for.
Well, that leads me on to my next point, really, because obviously it was a tough start to the season. I think, was it maybe 12 games we were winless. Not necessarily performances were bad. We probably were unlucky a few games, particularly the Hampton and Richmond one sticks out for me. But it was that midpoint in October where we had Slough here and we won. And since then, being a bit of a stats geek, I did the maths. We'd be a point outside the playoffs had we started the season like that. So can you give us a bit of an insight into how important it is when you have 17 new players, getting them to gel, and how much of an impact that actually does have?
Yeah, well, recruitment is everything. Realistically, how many players are you going to get right within your recruitment? I think if you're getting 1 out of 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, you're doing very well. But ultimately, it's like a ratio of 1 in 2 you hit on. So to have the big turnaround like we did, it was always going to be evolution rather than revolution, and that's what it's proved to be. We've had to figure things out as we've gone, and probably the turn of the year is the point where, well, the Tottenham game, where you're really, really happy with what you've got in front of you and how you're operating. But up until that point, just massive learning curves, right? That's not worked. We're going to have to change it. It's never really just a straight line to success, especially when you've got such a big turnaround. But it's one where you got to hold your hands up as well. We've made some bad decisions along the way. I think going 12 games without a win and 5 games for the first 5 games without a goal is a disastrous start. It's something that probably rarely happens, but it did happen, and that creates a lot of negative atmosphere and environment, and that kind of snowballs and puts pressure on yourselves. But in truth, like you alluded to there, Tob, we were a little bit unlucky within them 12 games. There's some been really good performances within them 12 games, but luck plays a big part in football, and we were on the wrong side of it for them 12 games, and we're starting to come out the other side of it now, more resilient and a togetherness. And like I said there, we're really happy with the group and how they're performing. I think not just the Worthing game, but the Western game and the Tottenham game is a representation of how we want our football team to look and operate. High intensity, high energy. What potentially you lack in quality at times because you've not got an elite budget that can go sign ready-made players, you make up for in determination and effort, and everyone saw that in the last 3 games, and the quality as well. The quality was obviously there, but in terms of as a baseline, just effort levels and willingness to work hard.
The recruitment's difficult as well, in terms of we were a 3-man band, weren't we? It was me, you and Theo, wasn't it? So we haven't got the luxury, we haven't got an army of people working behind the scenes to try and help us out along that way. Obviously the owner Ali's come in and he's been great, with it as well. So he's really into it, and we stayed up, didn't we, last season? So one as if like towards the back end of last season we could plan for the following season because we didn't know which league we were going to be in. Which obviously you've only got a small window then right at the end to try and sort of get the players sorted. So. Yeah, we were up against it from the off. Really.
Yeah, I think not knowing which league you're going to be in is going to put players off, and ultimately just getting the budget late was a killer, because we're always going to put the football club first. We're not going to spend money that we haven't got, so we can't go and sign target A's or even target B's. We had to wait until the budget was confirmed, Ali was confirmed, which then made it really difficult to get your initial targets. So it was a bit of a lag on things, but. We don't want to make excuses and become a hard luck story. It is what it is. Everyone's got a problem with it within a football club. That was our problem. We feel like we're the other side of it now. I'm really happy with what we've got and who's in the building, and look forward to having them back.
Going on recruitment and targets, we've got Nathan. Nathan signed last week. I've seen him warming up pre-game and he looked really impressive. I know it was a shame we never saw him in the Worthing game. Hopefully we get to see him at Dagenham, but how did that signing come about?
Look, we've known Nathan a long time. He's a striker that's been on the radar a long time, scoring I think 30 plus goals at Bognor, and then he's got his moves. He's been in the National League with Ebbsfleet, and he then ended up at Worthing. It's not really worked out for him at Worthing in terms of the game time that we feel he deserves. I think he's an elite striker, someone that fits the mould we're after. He's a presser. He works really hard out of possession, similar to Noah, to Ollie, and Hedgie. But we're desperate for that goal scorer. I know Noah will be screaming at the telly now or whatever he's watching, saying, "Hey, what about mine?" But in terms of another acquisition that's really, really comfortable in front of goal and scoring goals, he is that guy. And it's goal scorers go through good runs, they go through bad runs, but ultimately they make the way back to the top eventually. And even if Nev does go through a barren spell, he's got the quality in his arsenal to score goals, and he'll come good. So we don't want to put any pressure on him, but he's just a really comfortable finisher, as you've seen in the warm-up, Dave. And alongside that, he's really good out of possession. There's lots to work on in his game. He's young enough, he's 23, he's still learning, still developing, but really important for us is out of possession work and just that natural finisher in front of goal, which we've lacked this season. I know the lads are coming to the party now, but ultimately if you break our season down up until recently, we were getting really good positions to score goals, but we weren't finishing doing the final piece of the jigsaw, which is either showing composure to find the right pass with quality, or showing the composure to find the right finish with quality. We've lacked that this season, so hopefully Nathan can bring that to the table and we can have a really enjoyable second half.
He'd never been to the club before Saturday.
Had he not?
Nah, so he's first time visiting. So it was a great advert for what's to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good lad and bought into it already.
And that takes me back, because I was going to talk about, I think it's now 6 wins in the last 8 at home. It's a bit like the Raymac's becoming a bit of a fortress. How big is the part the fans play in that then, Cal?
Yeah, that I mean, when we took over, that's what we said, is we wanted to sort of unite the fans with the players, and I think we'd lost a little bit of connection previously. So that was always our aim, was to bring the fans back in with the players, and obviously we got that within that year when we obviously got promoted. Great buzz, you know, the interest started coming back into the club. The fan base started to really rock up. You know, you had all generations coming in. So, and then obviously last season was a different year to the year before, but it was still a great achievement from my point of view. You know, from our point of view, staying up with a bottom 4 budget was as good as achievement as winning promotion the following year. Really, might not feel the same, but it is from our point of view. And we're getting there, aren't we, with making it back a fortress, and that's what it was when we were playing, wasn't it? You know, it was a hard place to come, wasn't it, Salisbury?
Yeah, very much so. I think because we've had the luxury of playing in front of the Raymac crowd, we understand how it can be the 12th man, and when we took over, I think the average attendance was 450, 470 or something, and now we're up to 1,200. So it is back, you know, whether we've done a little bit, created a Frankenstein where sometimes, the back and the back and giving you grief, but it's good that the back, that atmosphere, whether it's good or bad. Obviously, you don't want the bad, you want the positive side, but ultimately, good or bad, you've got 1,200 people through the door, and however many families coming to the Raymac and enjoying the day, hopefully, and it's got its pulse back, and it's guys like yourself are only growing it and making it bigger, and hopefully we can get to a stage where we're talking about 2,000 rather than 1,200, and that's testament to everyone, really.
I always feel when it's second half, when we're going towards the Salisbury Copper,
mate,
and
Is
when the games are quite tight still, I always feel like
I
something's
did
going
on
to happen.
Saturday. I truly believed we were going to get that winning goal.
Yeah.
And just because I've seen it so many times previously, when we're facing that end of the second half, it's something that I don't see at many other grounds.
Yeah.
You really do suck the ball in.
Opposition managers talk to me about it. They mention it. They say that they feel like quite anxious when the crowd gets up and when we're going that way. That's why a lot of teams do spin us around. But it's once it's up in full voice like that, it's like inevitable sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think there was a game last season. Was it a trophy game against Farnborough? I think it was, or maybe against Welling just before Christmas. But it was 0-0 half time, I think, and we went and scored 5 in about 20 minutes, shooting at that end. Hemel, right? Yeah. It was in that sort of time of year, but just to show like how much of a difference it can make if they're up and if they're behind us, which is what they were on Saturday, and it
certainly were.
paid dividends.
Yeah, no, that was a huge game, wasn't it, the Hemel game? They were on a bad run. I think they'd lost a lot in a row, but we were in and around the relegation zone, and it's almost a must-win, that one. But yeah, just definitely 12th man, and like I said, if you guys can keep pushing the social media side, hopefully we can get that crowd up even more and more. I think we're getting a good mixture now of each generation. We've got the hardcores that have been with Salisbury City when we were playing, and we've got the youth coming through now, and making a lot of noise, and it's a really good blend. We just got to really kick on, I suppose.
My aim is to get 2,000 up here before the end of the season. I know I can't do it on my own, relying on wins as well. But I think getting 2,000 up here, I think we could get that week in, week out. The city's got the foundations to get that.
Release 1,700. Yeah.
I'm going to go with 2000, mate.
Yeah.
Why not?
Aim high.
I was going to say, with a lot of new families and a new audience, a younger generation as well, which is brilliant, they don't all know about yourselves and your playing careers here.
Not many people know about me, Tobes. I was injured a lot, mate.
So I'll go to you both. I'll go to you, Cal, first. What were your best memories of playing it?
Play at Salisbury City and Salisbury.
No, let's say City memories, because...
Yeah, you can't hide away from the promotion ones, mate, really. The Dover playoff final for me just stands out, because just special. We had a special group that year with all season. I think when you win promotion in a playoff, it's the best way to win and it's the worst way to lose, they say, so I think that stands out straight away for me, was the Dover playoff final. I was injured a lot the year before, so I didn't manage to get on the pitch for the Sheffield United game in the FA Cup. But yeah, certainly the Dover game was a memory that will long live with me.
Gaffer?
Similar, obviously the Dover playoff final was epic. The third round of the FA Cup, Sheffield United away, they were League One, which were a little bit unlucky, you can draw Premier League teams, but we drew Sheffield United. That was a great day. And then getting promoted from the Southern against Hensford away.
Well, I was going to bring that one up.
Yeah.
Hensford, yeah. That was a game like this, because that went into extra time. That was...
Yeah.
that was...
Ben Aldersbury.
That was...
kick
Yeah, Ben Aldersbury. 25 yards.
Was that 4 minutes to go, was it?
It
When they
was.
equalised?
Yeah.
And then the penalty shootout was going towards their fan.
Yeah.
And then we missed.
Because they were on a big run as well. They'd probably not lost or something along them lines since January.
Yeah.
They were on hell of a run, Hensford.
But
We've got a bit of a thing, haven't we, with playoff finals? Just that roller coaster.
Yeah.
Going back to that Dover game, it's shown how far this league's come, because at that time we were the only full-time team in the South, National South, what it is now, and now there's about 13, 14 teams who are full-time, so that's shown on how strong the league's become over the years that we've not been in it. And you were not normal to be full-time back in the day, and now you're not normal to not be full-time now, really. So
And that sort of makes me think, because last season, what was it, a point we stayed up by? And it's them tiny weeny little advantages that make the difference, because that's what a late winner, a late equaliser, which there were plenty of last year. And when you've got 14 full-time / hybrid teams in the league, and they've got a natural huge advantage over teams like us and other part-time teams, how important is it that we get everything correct with just ensuring that we don't give away any free advantages, like score own goals, if you like?
we noticed it a lot when we were full-time, didn't we, when we were playing, where teams were sort of last 15 minutes of games, they were on their hands and knees a little bit, and we were finishing games strong when we under Darryl we were winning games in the last few minutes, just because we had that extra little training, them few days extra compared to all the others, and we were scoring a lot of last minute goals then, weren't we? I remember.
I think depth plays a big part. Like you see the Worthing game there. We've managed to just continue the good form to the 90th minute and 98th minute, but a lot of games are decided on the depth of the bench. I think it's about quality, what you can bring on when legs get tired. 70 minutes. Fortunately, probably this time against Worthing, we had really good subs coming on the pitch. It's not always the case with part-time clubs. The budget won't allow for 22 players, all elite or Conference South elite. So sometimes you fill your bench with players that maybe aren't primed yet for Conference South football. But
We had a really good bench at Welling, didn't we, last year?
yeah.
Were you both on it?
Well, no, I was up until I had to name the team sheet, put the team sheet in.
Theo come on, didn't he? Of course.
How good was Theo, by the way?
Why is he not?
That is worrying.
Why is
That
he
is
not
concerning.
still playing? He's
actually
32, 33.
He's gone for an extra actually on his knee.
Worse than you.
Giving
up early.
But going back to that, the Welling team sheet, I was obviously, I've written it all out, and I've said, Gaffer, are you happy with with this, the subs and that? And he's looked down it and he said, no. I'm like, what? He said, that bottom one there, you. He said, take yourself off it. I was like, he said, I'll go on the bench, not you. I was like, what do you mean? I've been running on the streets. This is my moment. He hadn't done nothing. But he said, if we need a goal, then I'm the man for it, and I can't argue with that. I've never scored a goal, so.
So that is actually a fact. You've never scored a goal in your career?
No.
Not
I was
not even pre-season.
I was an old-fashioned fullback, so.
Not with the haircuts, you weren't.
No. It's all the modern day fullback now are the wingers, aren't they? Really. So I was didn't really get over the halfway line, Tobes. But no, never scored, mate. I've never had that feeling. So I think when moments like that on Saturday, that's as close as I come to scoring a goal. And them feelings are just unbelievable.
Moving on to Dagenham then on the weekend. Not really a preview, but talking about you being players, what was your favourite away days as players, and what's your favourite away days now as a management team?
Good question. Go on, Cal. You go ahead with that one if you've got one. Favourite away day?
Not necessarily at Salisbury. It could have been for whoever.
Yeah. I think, obviously going back to when I was playing. I think going back to when you're playing, I think obviously playing in the Football League was great because you're on the coach going to the stadium and you're seeing all these fans already ploughing into the stadium at like a few hours before kick-off, and Forest away sits a memory for me straight away because it was right at the end of the season and they needed to win to go up to the Championship, and I think there was like 32,000 in there. So all of a sudden, you don't need anything to get you going for that. It's the buzz of walking out to the roar of the City Ground was unbelievable. So I think just when it's a good stadium, a packed stadium like that, automatically the goosebumps start to go, the adrenaline starts to run, and as Salisbury days, I'm trying to think, away days, put me on the spot there too.
You used to do like you go up the Friday night for a Saturday fixture sort of thing, especially when we were in the conference.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we done it properly. Especially the long ones. Yeah, up north and that.
There's a lot right up north as well, in the conference. There's some far ones.
The local derbies, I like the local derbies. Salisbury's difficult because it's pitched quite rurally, isn't it? But like getting down to Totton and that kind of atmosphere, and turning up there and trying to take over, I suppose, in terms of the fans and on the pitch, that kind of stuff. That's my kind of away day. When there's a local rivalry and the fans are really engaged in it in the right manner. You don't want it getting silly and boiling over, but just that intensity.
Well, we've still got that one to come. Tottenham away.
Not saying too much.
Easter Bank holiday weekend, so
That would be a big one.
That would be a really good one. Yeah, big following there from Salisbury.
No, it's obviously happy memories down there at the moment, and it's something where you should try and embrace. It's important that there is rivalries and these type of games, but like I said, you don't want it to get silly and boil over. But I prefer them type of games rather than just run-of-the-mill matches.
What's your most memorable game, Dave, as a lifelong Salisbury fan?
Hednesford.
But
and then Forest at home.
Yeah.
Forest at home.
Yeah.
That was pretty special.
Was that an equaliser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tubbs. 5 minutes
What was that?
to
Just
go.
before you first joined in 2008? So that just before. Was that
before,
2006? Was that?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, just
I wasn't
before.
around for that one.
Yeah. But there are so many. The season we came up a couple of years ago, it felt like every game was like that on Saturday towards the end.
Yeah.
It was really good.
The Gosport semi-finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have had a lot of good FA Cup games over the years. The FA Cup always brings the magic out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
obviously Sheffield United, but the celebration from the Forest game was that I've never seen the city come together as much as the Forest game. Every pub in town was playing it.
Yeah.
Every social club, everyone knew about it. It was having the BBC cameras here, or was it ITV?
Yeah.
It was it was a memory I think every Salisbury fan will always cling on to. It was special.
Cup run next season then.
We're due one, aren't we?
Yeah, we are
Due
due one.
Yeah, we'd like to give the fans one.
You want Spurs, mate, don't you?
I'd love that. That would be unreal.
Who would you support?
Obviously Salisbury.
Yeah.
Obviously Salisbury.
Correct.
Where is it though?
I was at the Rain Mac, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the good FA Cup run it brings the city together, doesn't it? It creates a bit of buzz. So
You happy with Spurs, Tub? Where they're at? What's you thinking?
Not particularly, Gaffer. Not really. No. Well, I actually football, isn't it? So
Yeah.
just made Conor Gallagher signings. That's all right.
That's a good sign, isn't
That
it?
is a good
Yeah.
sign.
It's not as good as Nathan though, is it? That's the that's the excitement. That's the,
it takes time, Tobes, doesn't it? It takes
exactly.
time.
It does take time.
Give the manager time.
Yeah. Back frame.
You're not down there at White Hart Lane chanting you've had a shot, are you?
It's not White Hart Lane.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, but it is. It is. Yeah.
Going back to this Saturday, off to Dagenham. It's a big day out. It's a big day out for us as a club because they are an ex-league club, and I'm hoping Salisbury are going to take a decent following there, certainly after the game Saturday. So have you got any message to the Salisbury fans that will be going?
What message do you have?
Well, yeah, just more of the same. Just as you were on Saturday. It's momentum into football.
Mm.
You know, it swings, negative momentum, positive momentum. It feels like we've got that positive momentum. Best chance of keeping that is unity, everyone sticking together and trying to help the boys as much as possible. So just like we were on Saturday, all united and together behind the group of players out on the pitch. That again, and we'll give it our best shot. Dagenham's a really tough test, really good side. Bradders, old manager of mine, really good manager. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really, really tough. So we need everyone together, and yeah, let's go attack it.
I've never been there either, so it's
You're not?
new ground for me.
No, I don't know what's
You were
that, but
injured
I just-
probably, mate.
Oh, cut that out.
Where did he manage you to then, Gaffer?
Haven't,
Oh, okay.
haven't, yeah.
Yeah, it was a 0-0 here, wasn't it? The second game of the season.
Yeah.
Yes.
We probably
Yeah.
robbed of a penalty that day as well, actually, if I remember.
Mm.
Sunny day, yeah.
Late on
Yeah, yeah,
second
yeah, yeah,
half,
no, I
I think.
remember,
Yeah.
Who was that on?
No,
that
I
was on
think.
Noah.
Was it on Noah?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
We don't get much luck with the officials, do we? We don't. Didn't really on Saturday.
Well done, Dave, on the social media side as well this week. He's been great.
Oh
you
no,
know.
it's a pleasure.
Both
It's
of you,
good to have
it's been
good
great.
content to work
Yeah.
with. So if you could do performances like that every week,
Yeah.
it will. No, it's been brilliant. Yeah, and I appreciate Toby's commentary as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can work with that.
Yeah. Last time now, mate. Now I know that's gone out. Last time.
Yeah.
No, that's alright. If it's good luck, brings us luck, then I'll do it.
Yeah. No, it's good, mate. Well done.
I think that's all
Yeah.
for now. Thanks very much, guys, for joining us.
And long may this positive run continue on and off the pitch, because it definitely feels like the tide has turned.
Yes.
And
It's going to win me some points as well in the predictions league. We do our little private one.
we have got a private one, yeah.
Who's top?
Tracy.
Tracy, yeah. But she's
Ali's
get-
bottom.
Ali's bottom.
Yeah.
He keeps backing us to win.
No, but we've all put positive results
there's
down
not
for the next 5 games.
there's not a single loss for the next. There's no pressure. I think it's only like 16 out of the next 18 points.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Brilliant.
we look forward to seeing it materialise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's next on your podcast, chaps?
Haven't fought beyond yet.
No.
Haven't fought beyond, but we wanted to.
Ali's
main
back
men.
soon, is he?
Ali's back.
Ali's back.
He might have
Yeah,
to come
yeah.
on actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
He might have to come on, but he likes a podcast, and
Yeah, he
he's
does. Yeah.
maybe on too many.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Thanks, guys.
cheers, chaps.
Thanks very
Thank you.
much.